from me must be out your mind. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pop. Pockets running over with the dollar signs. Try and take it from me. Big time. I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. Oh, I'm big time, lot of signs. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pop. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me, from me, from me. Big time, number 9. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. Oh, I'm big time, lot of signs. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pride. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me, take it from me. Big time, number 9. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of sun. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me. That's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. Oh, I'm big time, lot of signs. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pop. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me, from me, from me, from me. Big time, number 9. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. Oh, I'm big time, lot of signs. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pride. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me, take it from me. Big time, number 9. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of sun. smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me. Yeah. Ooh, big time, big time, big time, big time. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Lot of signs, smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar signs. Try to take it from me. Big time. I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of signs. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, from me, from me, from me. Big time, number 9. Got it in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. Big time, lot of signs. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pride. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me, take it from me. Big time, number 9. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Big time, lot of sun. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me. Yeah. Ooh, big time, big time, big time, big time. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Lot of signs, smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar signs. Try to take it from me. Big time. I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of signs. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, from me, from me, from me. Big time, number 9. Got it in my teeth, I got a lot lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of time. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pride. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me, take it from me. Big time, number 9. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of sun. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me. That's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of shine. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me, from me, from me, from me. Big time, number 9. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of time. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pride. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me.
What is up? I hope you guys can hear me. I know you should be able to hear me. Hopefully I'm clear. What I want to let you know right quick, I've been working on this for a little bit, and we had some adversity this week where this stream was supposed to start on Wednesday, but because I had an issue with my little one and he got sick, it didn't take place. It didn't take place, so we're doing it today. So this is the beginning part of this and everything. But let's start up like this right quick. Let's get everything right, everything up and running. We're gonna start this up. So first thing is here. Oh yeah, I'm a little different now, so you're gonna enjoy this thing right quick. But the first thing we're gonna do right quick, let you know who I am. This is up and running. Did I even do this right, bro? No. I think I did this right. Baby. It's my first time using OBS, and so there's a few things that I'm still learning And let's see. I got it. There we go. Cool. Cool. This is the information about me right quick, but let you know right quick. You are now tuned into the big boy Shaoba McCoy. Oh, I got a new way of saying this right quick. How did I put this together the other day? What I said? I forgot that. Forget that. To start the regular way. You're now tuned into the big boy Shaoba McCoy, and today I got something very important that I want to start doing. So some people might have realized that I have not been doing YouTube work directly. What I've been doing is focusing on a lot of other aspects. And so now that I have some of those things in the right places, and I was really trying to decide how I was going to do this whole YouTube situation so it makes sense, so that it's not taken away from my main objectives, not taken away from the real work. Not saying this is not work, but the real purpose of why I'm doing all this. We good now. We good. So we're gonna jump off right quick and get into some things. There's some trial and error with this right now too, because as I said, I had some adversity this week with my son. No, he was sick. He had a stomach flu on Wednesday of all days when this was supposed to start. And no, I got to take care of the little one first. He just got a little bit better today. So I had to push this back off a couple of days. And also too, Wednesday was my birthday. So, I was getting tipsy. I was doing what I do. So the Nets game, and that was cool. I saw half the game for other reasons. But, it was good, though. It was good. It was beautiful. I enjoyed it, right? So now, we're here now. So what I want to do is I have some items, and I'm using my 810 Mini Extreme finally for the first time, where it makes sense. And I have some items here, so I want to make sure I do this right. So let's go. I think this is the right look. And if I go here, and I throw you on air, and now we look like, oh, I can see, look at that. Gotta fix that too. So some things I gotta fix. Now I apologize. It's gonna be a little jumpy for the first day, but I'm still getting some things together. There we go. That's the look I want to have right now. So I want to go over our objectives and goals today, right? So my objectives and goals for this thing. First of all, if you didn't know, and why I'm doing it in this fashion, is because I'm also a certified educator. Not only do I make stuff, I'm a certified educator. In fact, I'm a certified school administrator. So I can teach, right? And even though I have this hip hop vernacular, because hip hop is all in my blood, what's more important is that I give you information that makes sense, that helps you grow and gives me feedback so I can figure out how I'm doing this, right? That's the most important thing for me. And I want to make sure that we are grounded in educational principles. So I have objectives and goals for you today, right? So by the end of this episode, you will be able to write a script for a short film that you will produce to demonstrate the capabilities of your production company. That's what we're doing today. That's what we're dealing with today. So this is a whole series of videos that we're gonna go through, and we are going to do this. This video in particular is going to be, even though it's live, it's really a video. I'm gonna tell you that this section is going to be about 3 to 4 hours long. It's me talking through the process and going through everything. And I'm gonna give you today's agenda, right? Here's today's agenda right quick for you. So I'm gonna go through some updates for what I've been doing as a company in my business. I'm gonna go into some more detail about what is all this about, how I'm writing the script as well. We're gonna read the rough draft of the script, because the script is a script I wrote about last year when I just first started writing things, and I just did the the diarrhea edit. I just let it come out the mouth, the vomit edit. I just let it come out the mouth and put it on paper. So I have it there, but it's really rough. It's like bad grammar and all types of things. The next step, we're gonna do a live edit of the script. Then finally, we're going to talk about our next steps and action items. Again, these are principles for education purposes. This is why I'm doing it like this. And I want to make sure that you understand that this is not just on one platform now. My goal is to have this information all over the web, whether it be on a podcast, whether it be on my Instagram, whether it be on YouTube, wherever I'm living at, I want this information there. That's my whole goal. Okay? That's the whole goal. I'm recording this now. I had a reason why we took a little time to even do this is because I couldn't figure out how to format the hard drive effectively in the computer. Just rushing, doing some things. But I figured that out last minute, so we're up and running now. That's what it is. That's what it is, Jack. That's what it is. So let's go into it. Let's go to the updates. So if you don't know anything about me or why I've been doing things, how I've been doing it, it's because I have a company called Great King Visuals. For the last 3 years, it's been in the startup phases, and my vision to create this company was to create a company that was going to stand out in my local market. If you know, I'm from New York City, Brooklyn, New York, stand up, but at the same token too is there's not a lot of companies that are, there's not a lot of people who are building media companies, production companies in the fashion that I see that's viable. So I wanted to do it this way, right? So we're going to go over a couple of things, where we was at, what I'm doing. So this is the first thing here. What I did over the summertime, working, got me a production van. That's my little van right there. That's my little baby. My baby right there, So we got a production van, and it's beautiful. You know what I mean? It took a lot of time to create the idea, to get it right. Just the whole summer was all about creating a nice production van. Let me see if I can just get this right for you guys. Let's see. It's there. I put it full screen. If I do it right. There we go. Yeah, that's the van right there. So you can see the van. So it's set up right. It's set up nice. Inside is nice. I can tell you I have a lot of shelving inside there. It's like when you're trying to organize a closet and you're trying to get everything in there that needs to be there in the right places. Because one friend of mine, I'll never forget this here, and she's a master. She actually gets paid to do organizing for people's homes. And one of the things she said that always stood out to me was that every item or everything has its own separate home in your place. So for her example is if you had spoons. The spoons live one particular place always. When you go get it, you know where to put it back, basically, right? Everything has a place to live. So I took that same mentality with the van. I can't show the inside yet because I didn't do no pictures of the inside just yet. But that was the whole focus. There's a lot of shelving inside there. I wanted to make sure that everything had its own place, its own living space. So it's easy to grab, it's labeled. Anybody that was helping me can go and get the things that I needed. And that was the whole focus on that. But I didn't stop there, man. I didn't stop there. I've been really, again, trying to organize and create a brand. So I did something else too. I created some clothing for ourselves, some masks, because we was in pandemic times. So I wanted some masks and everything for that. Got some champion sweaters with the logo on it. Got also some polos and all that other stuff for my team. So I've been developing a little team of young individuals, excuse me, who wants to be, creative, who wants to work in this space. So I've been working with them, showing them what I know, investing in them, trying to get them up to speed. And that's what we've been doing. And it's been working good. So we have our training time and stuff. But that's the first thing we was working on right quick, right? Just getting the visuals right. Of course, we have our little issues, My website is not working properly because of some plugins, but we're working on our brand, and we getting that thing right too. We're getting that right. The next thing we did was some major gear updates. Again, like I said, I've been really busy. I've been really putting that work in. So here's some of the gear we've been working with getting, and as you can see, we've been getting a lot of gear. I did a lot of changes. Just to go over some of it right quick. I got an Ursa Mini 12K, and everything. If you know anything about me, when I buy something and I buy all my equipment, nobody gives me anything, and it's not a slight. It's just I don't want to really be getting stuff from people. I'd rather buy it myself because it's genuine. So, but you know everything about me. When I buy a piece of equipment, I buy all the accessories. I go with all the accessories to get it how the manufacturer said is best to be used, because I don't want to add too many things. When I was dealing with my GH5 situation, know what I felt I was doing? I'm adding pieces here and there to compensate for inadequacies that this particular camera had. And I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do that no more. I wanted to definitely make sure that I used the equipment how it's supposed to be used. And so that's what I was going with. So I want to show you right quick. So I got me our Ursa Mini 12K Pro. I got that, all the pieces. I also got the Blackmagic 6K Pro as well. I got that. I got a Blackmagic 4K. So my whole goal was because I wanted to have the ability to work in the live space as well. I wanted all Blackmagic cameras. But right now I'm not using Blackmagic cameras. I'm actually using Panasonic cameras, and I know for a fact they're not matching up in saturation because I just don't have the time to do all that right now. So, but no, we're going with it. We're rocking with it. But neither here nor there. I also got a couple of other things now. I got some aperture lights, the 600D. I picked that up based off recommendations for some of my peoples. And I'm not saying it's not a bad purchase. It's just that it's a purchase that at sometimes I feel like it's gonna be overkill for what I'm gonna do. I got some 600Ds. I got two 600, those two 260Ds, which I really like those little lights, man. Them little lights, they have so much capabilities as spots, right? Got some other things. The P60 kit, which I'm using that for the blue right now, one of them, and everything. Anyway, the spotlight mount, the Mikey lenses, the 24, 35, 50, and 85. I'm gonna have a whole segment on those, comparing those to the Vadra lenses. That's real important for me to do that. And so I know a lot of cats is waiting for that, especially Mikey's waiting for that from me. But again, I don't do really these infomercial videos, I call them, where people are just doing this, just gonna tell you about equipment so they can get you to buy and click the link. I'm not about that. I don't want to be an infomercial person. So I'm not about that. I got me a wireless transmitter of the Asun CineEye Pro 2. I wanted something that had zero latency, but the budget didn't call for that, because this was like an extra piece that just like a ad hoc purchase that I wanted to just pick up and make sure I have one at least. It's good though. It's good. Now, I don't know how great it is yet, be honest, because I haven't put it to use yet. I'm just now really weaving it in and everything. But my theory was getting the CineEye with the Ursa Mini and the Blackmagic Video Assist, the 7 to 12G, because everything was going through SDI. And I figured if I had everything from the camera to the transmitter to the actual monitor, I can control the latency a little bit better. That's my theory. So I'm still putting that together. I got some lenses, got the Zoom F6 as well, which is a real interesting piece of kit. I'm gonna tell you right quick. One thing that I'm finding is that the time code is kind of weird on that. And I knew about that already, but now I'm seeing that, right? It is what it is. The Rode NTG3, I wanted a shotgun mic. I got some the B7Cs. I got 4 of those. The MC kit, I kind of piecemealed that together. I just wanted to have some RGB stuff. If you know anything about me, all my lights are daylight. My 300s, my 1200, my 120s, all those, they're all daylight balanced. So I wanted to have some RGBW and in the whole situation. So I got that going on now. The tilted mat box, some Kupo stands, some impact stands. There's Avenger boom arm, which I need. I wanted that, not because I kind of wanna. Well, I don't wanna be this dude trying to be the ultimate grip because I don't have a grip situation. I have a G&E truck that helps support the cinematography lifestyle that I'm trying to live as a freelancer. So I wanted to make sure that is all together, right? But I still got some other stuff because again, I'm trying to be a very viable, independent company where we're not worried about anybody else. One thing I can tell you that I got turned on to, and this came from Justin Phillips, real talk, Dogtown Productions. I didn't know what a WAG flag was. And then he mentioned this WAG flag situation and how there was the thing. And so I hit up Modern Studios, and them dudes are dope, B. Real talk. Them dudes are dope. I like Modern Studios. They have a lot of support, a lot of care. Like they know that I'm a new dude doing this. Give me a lot of information. So I bought like 4 WAG flags, two 6 feet and 2 4 feet, and I started getting their rags. And they give me nice discounts because I keep on coming back to them. I really like that company, and so for me, if you notice anything about me, I usually stay with the same brands. If you even look at this list right here, it's the same brands. I like to build a relationship with the brands I'm working with, only because I feel like when you have too many different manufacturers you're working with, you're then trying to remember how to use this and that. And that's why this is why I went to all the Black Magic cameras for that one purpose, because their menus were all the same. If you know anything about me, I was talking crazy about the Black Magic cameras before. But it is what it is, though, right? Just moving right along. So that's that update right there. Then now there's another update. If you know me, then you know that when I first started this YouTube situation and getting into content creation, I was actually doing photography. That was the goal. Then I learned what cinematography was, and me being the nerd that I am with gear, I was like, yo, I could use this stuff, B. So what I did to separate the two entities, but everything is still Great King Visuals, but to separate the two entities, I created Truly Fit Photography. It's still in its branding stages. All the websites up and everything else the website domains are all there, but I just haven't had time to fully flesh it out. But Truly Fit Photography, because the photography I do is actually fitness photography, and here's an example of some of that work right quick. The fitness photography. I've been doing yoga photography. When the pandemic happened, I had some yoga shoots, and this is what I do. So I've been doing that, and some of these shoots are for big brands. Like the big pictures is Aloe Yoga. That's an Aloe Yoga shoot, and that's what I do. So, but I do that more out of passion, not more for profit. So it's more of a passion situation where I do it. I don't charge a lot for this because it's a B2C thing, so I don't charge a whole bunch of money for this. But yet and still, I want to create stuff, and this helps me to practice my composition work. So that's why I look at this. That's why I do this. 'Cause I use the same principles for shooting videos as shooting photography. So that's that right there, right? So that was that. That's still up and coming in terms of getting this own space, getting its own domain, its own life. So it's still working right now. Then the last update is about myself. So I wouldn't say that I've been absent. I've been saying I've been trying to refine what I'm doing before I start doing it 100%. That makes sense, right? Just to make sure that I can do it on a regular basis. That's been my whole mix up, right? Because at that time I was working a full-time job as a school administrator, or I don't work that no more. I actually left the DOE. You know, I'm working full-time for myself. You know, hey. You know, but same token too it's been time trying to find the time to manage that. I also got 2 kids too. One graduating from high school, one just starting kindergarten, a big gap. And I know I'm a father first, but neither here nor there. I've been trying to get more consistent in my social media life. So for the last weeks or two, I haven't posted nothing this week. What I've been doing is doing these posts on my Instagram. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, that's my Instagram name right there, at Showbo McCoy. What I've been doing is simply putting up knowledge, like evergreen content, information that people can use and it can be spread around the world and yada yada yada, do whatever it needs to do. That's what I've been doing for that. So these drop about once every 3 days or so, and that's what it's about, right? So the next thing we're gonna talk about in our agenda today, right, and get real talk with it, is basically we're talking about what's this all about, right? So what we're doing today is starting a series of videos, and hopefully this is going to be a recurring theme. Well, it's not going to be hopefully, it will be a recurring theme, because this is for a bigger situation that I have planned out. And we are creating, so basically every week I'm gonna have a live video. It's not really a live video because the purpose of me doing this live is really so I can have something that is just easy for me to edit. So I can edit on the fly, keep it moving, and then go put it out everywhere else, right? So we're gonna, but for the most part, we're gonna be writing our scripts. We're also gonna be building the budget for the film. We're gonna be working on that. Talk about our distribution and marketing plan, the pre-production, how we're gonna go about that. I'm trying to document every single step of these things. Some of them are going to be live streams. Others are going to be simply vlogs or recaps, right? Because some of the stuff I have to do and I can't just focus on getting the content while I am doing the work. It's impossible. I gotta make sure the work is proper first. But we can talk about the post-production and release, and we're gonna reflect on it. Reflecting on anything you're doing is the most important thing, right? So we're gonna reflect on the work and see what's going on with that. So that's this whole series. My guesstimate is it's gonna take about 8 to 10 weeks to have the script written, the video shot, and released from all the steps here. And we're gonna do it in a way right now where I feel that short films are training grounds, exercise spaces. And I don't want to have a situation where the films are not teachable moments, right? So why not have it where I'm actually writing the script live, and you're seeing my thought process, and then you can kind of emulate it, modify it, make it better, however you choose to do it, right? But you see the process I have, and you maybe can educate me on how to do it even better than that. And that's the goal. That's my goal 100%. So this is a learning process for myself. This is me being transparent, me being vulnerable, right? I like saying that word, vulnerable, right? And showing what I'm doing. So that's that process right here. So it's about writing the script, the budgeting, the pre-production, the principal photography, the post-production, and so forth, so forth. And this is going to be the main meat of content I'm creating right now for a little bit until I get this I have the situation I want to get up and running. And this is going to give me the way of creating that content. So let's go into Capture Life. So what is Capture Life? Well, we already know, I told you, it's a short film. It's going to be a short film, and it's about the loss of a loved one. What's unique about this film, excuse me, is there's no dialogue, only action lines. Why did I do that? When I first started out wanting to create content, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't creating scripts that had a lot of dialogue. What's the terminology? That the dialogue. I had a brain fart. The dialogue where you're talking about it instead of showing it, right? I wanted to be able to show the movie, and I felt like if I can harness the action lines, my first working on action lines that you can definitely get the whole story without somebody saying it. Then when I started adding dialogue into it, it was only going to make that piece of work blossom. Why I say this? Again, if you know anything about me, you know I'm a former rapper. I wouldn't say former. I used to rap, right? Rap, local, putting out albums and stuff. Rapping was my whole life from young teen to my mid-30s. And if you tried to rap in your life, try to write raps, you know that it's one of the hardest forms of written work that you can create. Why I say that? You have to write it on beat. You have to make sure words rhyme. You have to make sure they make sense, that they can be related to by the people that are listening to it, and so forth. There's so many different things. So having these constraints on me, and I should do a lot of storytelling raps and stuff. One day I actually need to play some of my songs for you guys. But a lot of storytelling raps. They had restrictions. They had limitations, though. And when you're writing a script, what's unique is that there's no more limitations. I don't have to worry about words rhyming. I don't gotta worry about things being on beat. I still have to give you the same visual as if I'm telling you a story. So I felt like, that's the dopeness, B. That's where I feel like if you're a rapper, you should be able to write anything, create anything with words, because you're a master of words. So that's why I'm doing this right quick. So there's no dialogues, only action lines. That is the whole exercise for myself, to grow for myself. And how I'm doing this. So we're doing this using two main programs. So when I write my rough drafts, my creations, I use Scriniver. I've been using that for years for just normal writing. And I like Scriniver because it's the way that it's designed. I need to pull it up, but I won't pull it up right now. The way that it's designed, you can do a lot of research and pull things up, and you can write the script in it. It creates a final draft version of your script or whatever. Use output final draft version, and you use it for whatever you need to use it for. So I love that. Then what I do is I take that script into causality. And not guys like, what the hell is causality? Well, causality is a program that was created by the same dude, Pear Holmes, who made Shot Designer, right? I've been following this dude for a while, and he created this program called Causality, which is a visual kind of like screenwriting program. For a person like myself, that program is really dope, because it allows me to see the script in a way where I can see the shots. And I'm gonna show you that stuff. We're gonna go over that today. I'm gonna pull all that stuff so you can see it, because it's actually where we're gonna start today is actually inside Scriniver. After we read the script, after we go through the script, we're gonna actually sit here right now for however long it takes and rewrite this script and get this right. Right, that's our goal. That is our goal. And I'll show you all the tools I use. I use a lot of tools. I use them. So that's that. And let's go to the next slide. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to read the rough draft, which now I got to go pull that up for you guys. Let me find that thing. I got to find the rough draft. Where is I? Get the rough draft up and running, which is not that far because it's right here. I just got to pull it up. And okay, cool. Pull it up here. I got you. Hey, get you over here and make you full screen. Just, oh, drop the headphones. Oh, don't want to do that. There we go. Let me get this full screen for myself so I can see what's going on. All right, cool. We good. We good. Cool. So we're gonna do this right here, and now we're gonna open this. So what we're gonna do right now, we're actually gonna pull up the script for you, and I gotta make sure I'm just doing this right. I believe if I hit this button here, yeah, gotcha. Hey, baby, I love technology. I love technology. So next up, let's make this full screen for you guys. Make this full screen so you can see this here. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Ew, that's the wrong one. It should be this one. There we go. Hey, we almost got it right. So this is the script right here. This is the Capture Life script. Let's go through and let's read it. Hopefully you guys can see this. I think you can see it. Make sure you can see it. Yeah, there we go. I see you can see it. So it's Capture Life by Shaoba McCoy. Hey, that's me. Let's read the script. It's my contact information, all that other stuff. Yeah, if you didn't have that, you got it now. Let's do some reading here. Now, I'm going to let you know that this is not grammar correct at all. There's a lot of little issues here and there, a lot of major issues. So we're going to read it as it is. Our goal is to make it a working script today. That's our goal. So let's go to the first part. Exterior, the streets to the funeral home, day. So no, that's the top of it, right? Empty streets leading to the funeral home. Over organ rips, a preacher delivers the eulogy. James, 30, dark suit, rushes to the funeral home entrance. His fiancée, Nicole, 30s, dark dress, heels, and flower hat, struggles to keep pace. She puts a little pep in her step. She puts in a little more pep in her step. James opens the entrance, ushers Nicole in. Exterior funeral home entrance continuous. At the same moment, Joshua, 24, dressed in funeral attire, steps out holding one of the funeral's programs. Immediately, Nicole locks eyes with Joshua, sharing an awkward pause, then moves in to embrace him. Caught off guard, Joshua begrudgingly hugs her back, then pulls away. Nicole continues to walk into the funeral service. James nods towards Joshua, then and enters behind Nicole. Joshua finally steps fully out of the funeral home. The door closes. So that was the first couple of scenes. First scene, rather. Exterior, Joshua's block, continuous. Everything's happening the same day if I have continuous. Joshua turns the corner, heading towards his building in the middle of the block. He pauses once he sees the janitor, Mars, 35, dressed in work clothes, jeans, and a plain white T-shirt, in front of the buildings, the sweeping. Again, there's some grammar errors here, a lot. It's just how it is. Loud bachata music is streaming through Mars' headphones. The way that he's moving looks like he's dancing an 8-beat step with the broom. He's unaware that Joshua is approaching. Joshua continues towards the apartment building in hopes of slipping by Mars without having to utter a word. Mars only sees Joshua after he is well into the apartment building. Interior, Joshua's apartment building, continuous. Joshua walks into his empty apartment building. Voices are coming from the floors above. He heads to the base of the staircase to look up at his apartment. The floor is empty. Cautiously, Joshua climbs up the stairs, keeping an eye on his apartment's front door. With every step, the voices from behind the door becomes louder. As Joshua gets closer to the apartment's door, he struggles to pull his keys from his back pocket. Once Joshua reaches the front door, he fumbles his keys to the floor. For a beat, he stares at them. then bends down, picking him up to unlock the door. Interior Joshua's apartment continuous. Joshua creeps into the apartment. To his surprise, it's empty. The voices he hear are coming from the kitchen. Excuse me. Now we're reading all this stuff. I'm gonna make it a little smaller for myself so I can see myself too. I want to see myself. What can I say? Nah, actually not a good idea because I can't see myself. Nah, we good. What it says. Slowly. Oh, interior Joshua's kitchen continuous. Slowly, Joshua walks towards the kitchen entrance, stops, then looks towards the counter at his wireless speakers, playing a photography podcast. He walks over to turn it off, then tosses the funeral program onto the counter. On the front of the program is a picture of his grandfather, Ernest Snaps Williams. Joshua rears back, slides down on a wall in the kitchen. As Joshua hits the floor, he finds himself staring at a portrait of Snaps on a wall. It's the same picture on the funeral program. Joshua stares at the picture, then closes his eyes. Flashback. There we go. So that's the first section, and that's the flashback. What is right here? Okay. Exterior Prospect Park day. It's being Prospect Park now. It's a different day. The park is saturated in rich foliage colors. We see Joshua wearing a J&S Photography branded polo shirt and dark jeans. He is carrying a DSLR with a portrait lens attached. On his back is a camera bag. Joshua is walking alongside newly engaged James and Nicole. Same people from the beginning. The couple is casually dressed, holding hands, excited about their photo shoot. Snaps, 63. It's our first time seeing Snaps physically. Like Joshua, is wearing the branded polo shirt and jeans. Across his shoulders is a tripod, and on his back is a heavy backpack. So if you take J&S, Joshua, and Snaps photography. On his face are signs that he is not feeling well. This photo shoot is putting a great deal of stress on his body. He's struggling to keep up with Joshua and the couple. As Joshua walks, he points out potential locations that will work for the couple's engagement photo shoot. Joshua sees a bench that interests him, stops the couple, then turns towards Snaps and nods. Without any words, Snaps, dripping in sweat, nods back, then begins to set up the tripod. Joshua walks over to the tripod to dock his camera. On cue, a smiling Snaps attaches Joshua's neck strap to the camera. Joshua smiles back at his Snaps, then turns back to the couple to give them some posing directions. Again, I'm actually reading this exactly as I wrote it, right? It is what it is. Joshua removes his camera from the tripod to take a few test pictures of the couple. He then comes towards them to show the images on the back of the camera screen. Now sweating heavier, Snap still manages to be in the moment. So I can make this bigger for you guys because I think you may need to see this a little bit better. Let's see. I'll go back here and full. There we go. Okay. Where I'm at. Now sweating heavier, Snap still managed to be in the moment, ready to jump in and assist. As he remains on standby, he begins to wince in pain. He then grabs on his arms and falls to the ground. Snaps is having a heart attack. Joshua looks back towards Snaps, then runs over to help him. The couple turns to help. Joshua is shaking Snaps' body. Snaps is dead. Back to the present. Interior, Joshua's kitchen continuous. Joshua opens his eyes, still only to find that he is still in the staring match with the hanging picture of Snaps. He jumps up from the floor to head into the bedroom. Interior hallway before Joshua's bedroom continuous. Joshua opens the door and begins looking around. For a beat, he stares at the tripod that Snaps was carrying, propped on a corner wall. He then turns towards his computer desk and sees his camera. Interior, Joshua bedroom continuous. Joshua moves into the room to grab camera, exposing a composition notebook he made when he was a little boy. He picks it up and then sits on the bed. There is a hello, my name is sticker on the cover. Written in a child's handwriting are the words "My photography portfolio." Joshua places the camera next to him on the bed as he opens up the notebook. He sees a picture of him wearing a birthday hat with Snaps pulling a brand new camera out from a gift box that his grandfather gave him. Too many words there. Joshua smiles at the picture. He turns the page and sees a picture of Snaps looking through his fingers to set up as a viewfinder to teach him how to compose a picture. Again, Joshua smiles. On the adjacent page is the original picture of Snaps that is hanging on the wall. Below are the words, my first client. For a beat, he stares at the picture. At it. Joshua looks up and then he closes the album. Interior apartment foyer continuous. We see Joshua emerge from the bedroom with his camera at hand, his tripod across his shoulders. He's walking towards the front door. He stops for a beat to look into the kitchen at the funeral program and continues to walk out the front door. Exterior front of Joshua's building continuous. Joshua steps out the building and makes eye contact with Mars. Joshua proudly nods at him and then turns to walk down the street. A smiling Mars nods back in approval as he watches Joshua towards the park. We gotta fix that wording for sure. And that's the story. So let me get this out of here. Get to here to here. So that's the story, right? That's the story. Capture Life. That is what we are working with. So what I definitely want to do now is go over Capture Life. If I can get it up here. Wish I gotta get it up here for you guys. Sometimes your boy gets it wrong with these buttons. So it's not that button. It's not this one. Okay, what did I do? I didn't want to have this fumbling and bumbling going on. I truly did not want to have this. Maybe if I do it right here and put it back in the press box, I can find what I'm looking for. Oh, duh. Because it's not there. That's why. Take it there and I put it here. I'm sorry about this, people. There we go. Okay, cool. So I'm back. This is live. So we read the rough draft, and now again, if you didn't get the story, what the story is about, it's about a young man who just lost his grandfather, right? We picked the story up where the young man was at the funeral. He left. He didn't want to be a part of the funeral anymore. It was too much for him. He bumps into the people that will witness his grandfather's death with them, right? The reason that it's called Capture Life because when you capture, taking pictures, right? Everything's a play on words for me, so like Capture Life. Now the young man is reminiscing, right? And he's thinking about his time with his grandfather for the most part, because he also saw his grandfather pass, and where the joy was, and how his grandfather basically was his cheerleader, his person to influence him to become a photographer, and he became a photographer. So now to honor his grandfather, instead of sitting there being deep in sorrow, what he's doing now is saying, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna represent my grandfather by doing the thing that my grandfather knew that I love to do, right? And that's the whole premise of this whole thing. That's why I wrote it like that. It was something to touch the heart. I want to be able to touch the heart here, and again, do it without no dialogue. So that was the rough edit. That was the rough script right there. Now we get into the heart of this whole thing. And if you are a part of this, if you are watching this, I'm gonna let you know that this is going to be about 3 hours of our life right now. We get into the real work right now. Let me open up the program, Causality, and we're gonna start editing this thing now. I get this open. I think that's the. Oh, sometimes, man. Okay, yeah. What do you know? What do you know? It just did it by itself. What do you know? Hey, baby. Let's get this back up and running. Get this back and right. What did I do? Oh, I turned that off. There we go. And what did I do? I might have did something wrong. Let me see what I did. I'm still bumbling. I gotta go over here to this switcher, make sure I didn't hit something wrong. That's right. But you can't see here. So what I'm doing wrong. I'm not apologizing. I'm just getting this right for you guys. And let me get so I can see this. Let me load the file for you guys. That's the file. Ooh, it's nice and colorful. We're gonna talk about this right now, but I want to get this to where it needs to be. And I think because it's the source, I think that's the reason. Oh, that's the reason. Oh, duh. It's not the reason, because let's do it from right here. There we go. Okay. I apologize about the fumbling and bumbling, but again, you're just getting this right. So we got that right now. Cool. So now you should be able to see me if I do this here. Cool. There we go. I don't even want that. I want to do the presentation look. Full press. That way you can see it better. It's the wrong one. Duh. Come on, man. Come on. Is it this one? There we go. All right, cool. Oh, you can't even see that. There we go. I apologize. I'm still getting the hang of this right quick, like I told you. So now if I can see this right quick. So this is actually Causality. And what Causality does, which is unique, is that it makes it a little more visual for the script writing, right? So on the left right here, you see it says Capture Life. I imported the script, a final draft version of the script into here, and this is the script broken down into sections. For me, each section represents a shot. So this is how I use this. This is how I look at it. If you look at, where's my mouse at? There we go. So this is that section. What you can do with it, you can display the whole script. So I want to display the whole script, final script right there. Go full screen. No, not that. Come out the way. Full screens. That's the script we just read. There's some changes I did earlier just to go through. That's the script right there. To go back to this and pull all this back up so you can see it. Normal script mode and get out the full screen. So now this is the script on the left, I guess the left side of me. And on the top right here, this is like a timeline. this timeline is important for me because it gives a lot of information. It gives each snippet, each piece. See, it moves on the other side. It has the scenes. It has all the thing. How many shots in that scene is going to take place, and so forth. Um, it gives me whose scene is this, right? Um, it also gives me readability. These are curves that they've been working. There's a new version out right now. I have to update to it, and it gives different curves, and they let me know how fluid the script is right now. I don't really use this as much, but it's there to use. But if we was to look at the script right now, it also gives me the time up here, so I can click right here at the end, and I know this is about a 4 minute and 17-second script right now. I know it's about 42 shots that I'm looking for right now, right? I know down here, this is the actual board, and so these are the actual beats, and I can see how the beats build up here, right? And this is important for me. All this is important because the way I write in a way that is visual, so that I can see the shots. When I first was originally doing this, what I was doing was writing it out how he said to do it, where like write snippets and like write a synopsis for each piece. I'm not doing it. When I started doing like that, that's not the right way of doing this, in my opinion. It's a better way. If you are a visual person, what's better for me is I'm gonna start writing the shots here and the shot direction. Because also too, in this version at least, you have every snippet I can add notes. I was talking to him about adding pictures. I can import storyboards in here, but he didn't do that yet. So we hopefully we'll get that because I'm gonna make him see this video and then talk about where's that, Holmes? What's up, Holmes? And his name is Holmes, Pierre Holmes. It's hilarious, right? So you could add different things to it. But long story short, this is what we got. So I'm gonna go to the top of this right quick. And I actually was working on this the other day just to make sure I had everything flowing properly. I think I do. So let's look at it. So this is the first scene. The streets to the funeral home day, right? I wrote this line already. I also use other programs too, and I'm gonna go through the programs I use. I'm not a person that I use technology to my best, to its fullest potential, right? So I'm gonna show you some other things I do. I use Grammarly. I use a thing called Jasper to help me rewrite things to get the thought that I need, right? So here's the thing. This is the opening image, right? And this is the image I wanted to see. A vacant street leads to the funeral home where a preacher delivers a eulogy over organ chords. I simplified it. I made it just that. They rush to the funeral home. Again, I'm gonna change these up and make these actually the shots itself. This makes sense to me. James, 30s, dark suit, leads the way towards the funeral home entrance. His fiancee, Nicole, 30s, dark dress, heels, and flower hat. Now I want to take this flower hat out the way. I don't want the flower hat. That's too old school. These are not old people, so I don't want that. Let's get rid of that. All right. Struggles to keep pace. Dope. He opens. Where we at? One thing about this moves really fast. I gotta learn how to look. Can I make this go a little slower? Is that possible to scroll? That scroll goes so fast. All right, whatever. He opens the funeral door as Joshua, 24, dressed in funeral attire, steps out holding the funeral's program. Simplified it. So this whole section is just 3 shots. If you saw the original, remember the original had about 5 sections. Even with the original rough draft, I write my action lines as shots. Every space, every line in a space is a shot. So I think before I had about 5 different shots that composed this first image, this first scene. That's the scene right here. That's the scene right here. So right now it's just 3. This one, and this one. Just 3 shots, right? Boom. Then We get to right here. He opens the funeral home as Joshua. This is just the same shot. It's the same shot. I'm sorry, it's the same one. I'm sorry. Nicole rushes over to embrace Joshua. Simplified. Just what she does. Nothing else. She embraces him. So I can make this bigger for you guys. Make it press and go to full. Do it right. There we go. Okay. Simplified. Basic. After that, Joshua awkwardly hugs her before breaking free. I had a lot of wording here before, so I simplified this. Nicole continues into the funeral home, right? James nods towards Joshua, then enters behind Nicole. Now these sections are pretty right now, right? This section here is good. Again, I edited this section ahead of time just to make sure the tools I was using could work in this form, and it does work. James nods towards Joshua and enters the funeral home, enters behind Nicole. Joshua finally steps fully out of the funeral home. The door closes. So this scene is done. This scene was edited already, it's done. So now we get in the part where we have to do right now. Okay. Joshua turns the corner, heading towards his building in the middle of the block. He pauses once he sees the janitor Mars dressed in work jeans and a plain white t-shirt in front of the building's sweeping. So this is wrong. So now what I do, again, I'm not perfect. My grammar is ebonics like sometimes, like I ain't confront. So what I do is I use my tools. I copy this, and then I go to a different program. And I'm going to that program now. Let's see. I can pull that up here. And I'm going to take this here. You guys might see some Inception thing. I don't know. I'm going to see. Hopefully it doesn't do that. Hopefully I can take this. Yeah, I can do it. And I'm about to make you smaller. I'm going to have to, where you at? I always lose my mouse when I have these multiple screens. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller and pull you over here so y'all can see this here. Why you're not going over there though? Oh, maybe I can move you to the screen this way. I realize that. I got a lot of screens. And I think I just did. I just moved it there. Let me see. I just move it there. I moved to the wrong screen. Yo, I apologize if I'm stumbling, bumbling, but it's a lot of things happening right here. And I want to make sure this is good. It's the wrong screen, so that's back. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's not what's supposed to happen. I'm so sorry. My gosh. It's so embarrassing sometimes. Let's get that off. Let's just get that off altogether. All together. Where are you at? Okay, you don't want to see that one. Okay, at least you see me now. I gotta go back and fix this right quick. Something definitely is not working how I wanted to work. Now again, I didn't want to be like I didn't want to be that dude. Let me see. I'm being that dude, but it's all good though. That's good. Make sure I got the right things here. That's good. Turn you off at least. Mm-hmm. I'll turn you off from here. Oh, I know what's happening here. It's this thing. Always this, man. Something here. OBS is on. Camera 2. There we go. I'm there. And turn this back on. All right, cool. So I got that back. Again, this is live fumbling and bumbling. He's making it happen, though. We're making it happen. It's like the first episode. We're gonna make sure we get this right. So why my super source off? That's the part I'm trying to figure out. Super source is off. What's up with you? What's up with you? That's what my son would say. What's up with you? So I don't know why my super source is off. Oh my gosh, what are you doing to me? Oh my God. I apologize for this fumbling and bumbling. There we go. Okay. We got something back. We got something. So that's what I had to do. Okay, there we go. So there we go. We're back here. Don't need to see that one. Don't need to see that one. You need to see this one, and I need to get the right thing on it. I apologize again. I forgot what I was doing. I was going over here. I was bringing you over here some kind of way. Where is it at? Where you at? All right, whatever. Where are you at, homie? Okay, whatever. I'm opening another one up. Open another page. That's all. New page and open another one. New document. I gotta figure where you at now. You need to go to a screen. Hopefully you go to this screen. Let's put you in this one. I don't know what that did. Oh, that's funny, V. I don't know what that did. Is that what it's supposed to be doing? Is that what it is? Let me see. Let me make this bigger so I can see it. I'm blind too. Make this bigger. Full. No, that's that. Oh, that's because this is big. So you figure this out sometimes. Cut this preview off. I need to get me somebody to actually do this for me, man. So that's there. So now you must be. Oh, where are you at? I apologize that this fumbling bumbling is happening, but I use Grammarly. So I'm going about. So I'm trying to tell you right quick. I'm trying to show you how I use Grammarly to fix these situations and not so much have to mentally worry about them. Oh, okay, where's Grammarly at? But it seems like Grammarly is not going to the right screen. And I don't know why. Okay. Okay. I got something going. Okay, there we go. So I found this. Oh, there we go. I got something happening right here. I fixed something. There we go. Okay, cool. So I can open Grammarly from right here. That's all. I apologize. I don't know what happened there, but it did something. So long story short, I go to Grammarly and I just paste in the lines, and I don't even try to fight it. I fix the lines right here first. Make sure the grammar is at least a little bit correct for each particular line, right? Then after that, I go and I rewrite it if I have to. So let's look at this right here. Joshua turns the corner, heading towards his building in the middle of the block. He pauses once he sees the janitor, Mars, 35, dressed in work-worn jeans. Dressed in worn jeans. Don't need to say work. That's too many words. Dressed in worn jeans. And a plain t-shirt in front of the building sweeping. So it's again, Joshua turns the corner, heading towards his building in the middle of the block. He pauses once he sees the janitor, Mars, 35, dressed in worn jeans and a plain t-shirt in front of the building sweeping. The sentence is good. So now what I do sometimes after that, I have another tool that I use. And this is like top secret tool that I use, right? Let's see. But it's not top secret. I paid a monthly subscription for this here. I pay a monthly subscription for this, and I use it. I can log on. You can't see my login information. It don't matter. It's all saved in here. And this is what I use. This is like my helper because I don't have a lot of people to help me with things. And I just go and I start a new document, start from scratch. And this is basically AI software. So what this software allows me to do, for the most part, it allows me to bring things in, look at it, and I can rewrite things. And see that, I want to rewrite it, rephrase it, fix grammar, rephrase. Josh returns the corner and approaches his building in the middle of the block. He halts when he sees the janitor Mars in a modest white shirt. outside the building, sweeping the corner. So that's the first thing, sweeping outside the building, sweeping. I didn't mean. I hate that sometimes. That happens sometimes if I don't press the save button. I gotta redo it. Rephrase it again. What it says here. Joshua turns the corner and approaches this block. His block middle. Nah, that ain't saying nothing, right? So first thing is, let's fix this here. And in front of the building, in wore jeans and plain t-shirt in front of his building, in front of his building, in front of his building, sweeping the corner, comma, sweeping the pavement, comma, the pavement. I think that's right. I think that fixes that line, right? Cool. That's the original. Now let's go with what they say to fix it. As he approaches his apartment building in the middle of the block, Joshua notices a janitor sweeping the pavement. We're not using that. Let's do it again. It took some words out. I don't know why I did that. He moves down the street towards his apartment in the middle of the block. Once he sees the janitor Mars clad in worn jeans and a simple white t-shirt sweeping before his building, he halts. I like that. Let's copy that. Let's copy it. Put that one right here. This is what I do. If I can't figure out what's going on, I take them and I make a couple and I see which one I like. Joshua rounds the corner heading for his building in the middle of the block when he sees the janitor Mars dressed in one. Okay, so this is cool. Let's change that one to that, and because I see some parts that I like, and change this back. First fix, dressed in jeans and a plain t-shirt, sweeping in the pavement in front of his building. Front of his apartment building. He halts. Okay, so I like that. Joshua rounds the corner heading for his building. So maybe you guys might like something different. This is actually live. So you might like something different. Let's see. Can I open this up and not have an issue? I think I could because I don't see. Oh, I can do it here. I think. OBS. I should be able to see it here. Okay, cool. He rounds the corner heading for his building in the middle of the block when he sees the janitor 35 Mars sweeping the pavement in front of his building, his apartment's building. He halts. Okay, let's take this one right here and put that into the actual thing and see what happens. Let's make this smaller. Get rid of this now. Get rid of this. Put you back where you need to be back at. And there's some things that you can't see, you're not supposed to see. Open up causality. Be back with causality. And I don't see. There we go. Be back with causality. Okay, cool. So this is the song. Joshua turns the corner, heading towards his building. Let's take the one we said. We put right here. This whole thing, and read it. This is all I do, man. I don't try to overthink this. So Joshua finally steps fully out of the funeral home. He rounds the corner. So we're gonna put this because this is actually a different. This is different. No, what is one? Okay, so this is the same scene, right? So let's take this one, put a he here instead. We're still talking about the same person. We know we're talking about Joshua. He rounds the corner, heading for his building in the middle of the block. When he sees the janitor Moss dressed in jeans and a plain white t-shirt sweeping the pavement in front of his. So this is This is redundant. He rounds the corner, heading towards home. Towards home. And we don't need to see middle of the block. It's irrelevant. So let's get rid of that. Home. That's too much information. We don't need to care about if it's the middle of the block. Let's get rid of that. And this comma should be a comma here. And not this. And this is what I do. Okay. He rounds a corner heading for home. This is unnecessary comma. He rounds the corner headed for home when he sees the janitor Mars, 35, in worn jeans and a plain white t-shirt sweeping the pavement in front of his apartment building. He halts. Now I'm going to take this back into Grammarly right quick just to make sure there's no issues here. But let's see how that works. And this is what I do. So let's pull up Grammarly back again for you guys. Why can't I get to Grammarly? What's up with you? There we go. So I'll drag you back over here and move you smaller. This is a lot of work, B. I ain't gonna lie. There we go. That's what happened all this time. You were blocking me. Ain't that something? It's okay. We learn what it is. So now technically I don't need to have you up no more. Back to the regular. Cool, I appreciate that because I was having an issue with that. Make sure that was right. All right, cool, whatever. So here's some things here's wrong. He rounds the corner heading towards his home. The when is the problem. Okay, let's change this back. Something different. So let's go. He rounds the building heading towards his home. And he sees the janitor. He halts. Okay, cool. Let's leave it like that. He rounds the corner. He rounds the corner heading for his home. I feel like this. He rounds the corner heading for his home. He sees the janitor Mars, 35, dressed in worn jeans and plain white t-shirt, sweeping the pavement in front of his apartment building. He halts. All right, let's take that. Let's just take that. I don't know if that's better or not, but for now we're gonna take that and put that there. And move on to the next one. And make sure I copy that and paste that in there. So that's good. And I want to make sure I can see you guys. So let's go and pull up the right windows. Because for some reason I don't see you guys no more. And why don't I see this no more? This means this is yeah, I'm real sorry for this portion of stumbling and bumbling, but you know, because even right now, like, why is this not doing what I wanted to do? Where is? Oh, this is over here. There we go. So get back over here. All right, put this back where it belong at. There we go. I apologize. I think I got this now. I got it. I can close some tabs down. Back seeing this. So now we are where we need to be at, for myself at least. Okay, cool. So now I can see you guys. Cool. All right. So now I took this portion of it right quick. I know we can see everything now. Cool. And now get back. Gosh. Doing too much right now. Let's open back causality. Right? If I hit this here. Good. There we go. Yay! Yay! And put causality back where it needs to be at. Causality needs to be here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a lot of buttons here. You guys don't see what I see right here, but right now we're gonna work it from right here until I figure this out. So I got causality back. Let's go to the next one. What I do, I just keep on switching screens the basic way. Oh, I didn't change that logo there. Oh gosh, I gotta fix that. You see everything when you rushing everything, man. But hey, whatever. I need to get back to the story right here. Okay, so let's look right here. So you know what I feel like right now? I feel like I'm this dude, Loaded Lux, when he was bad as guy Geechee Gotti, right? And like he was fumbling and bumbling in the battle. I feel like I'm Loaded Lux right now, fumbling and bumbling, but it's okay though. Shout out to Harlem. I'm from Brooklyn though. So we got that portion right. We're gonna take this portion right here and we're gonna just copy it and take it into Grammarly and pull up Grammarly. And we're gonna add this to here, and we're gonna see. Well, actually, I don't need to use Gram. I can just go straight to Jasper, kill two birds with one stone, and just open up Jasper again. It's right here. Matter of fact, here we go. And log on again. I had it open. Yeah, this is my little secret, right? I just keep on doing this here. I just finished this one right quick. I'm delete all this here. Throw the next one inside there. It was good. This is actually linked up to my Grammarly, so I finally need to open Grammarly no more. I forgot about that. I can close Grammarly. So, okay. First, I fix the grammar. I fix the grammar. And he's unaware Joshua is approaching. I fix the grammar. Then I just go, this is a good program because I can rephrase it. I look how they write it. Mars was listening to loud bachata music through his headphones. The way he's dancing looks like he's executing an eight. I like this one. Joshua approaches him without him knowing. I like this. Copy text. And I just go back here and I just paste it in. And that's it. So that's what I do, right? I try to use technology to help me eliminate the need for other people to depend on other people. That's what I do. It works out good for me. Took me some time to learn the program, but it works out good for me, right? So now I got that. So I got this one, I got that one. Cool. I do the same thing for this one. Let's go back to this one. Copy it. And I can't say this is 100%. It's going to be 100% right. Oh, clearly I have a green screen on, whatever. But what I can tell you is that when we're done, we'll have something we can go back through and really make it beautiful. So let's see right here. Go for Grammarly. Check it out. Enable Grammarly. Look like it's good. There's no grammar problems. So let's rephrase it. Strides into the pump. His eyes fixed some more. So something's wrong here. Joshua continues towards the apartment building in hopes of slipping by Mars without having to utter a word. We don't want that. That's not saying what we want. Joshua approaches the apartment complex in the hopes of slipping by Mars without having to utter a word. Let's take that one. Copy that one. And let's add that there. That should fix that one. Makes that more grammar correct at least. Let's take this one. And let's add that one. Fix that. And let's go. Grammar looks good, but let's go here. Rephrase it. I always rephrase it. I see what comes up. And see if I like that better. You never know. Joshua only. No, that ain't gonna work. So let's do that again. Joshua only appears to Mars as he approaches the part. No, ain't gonna work. Only after Jumanji. Who the hell's that? Josh is only observed by Mars after he has already entered the building. Nah, I don't like that one. Joshua is the last. Oh no, this is crazy. So sometimes I have to restart this and do it because it does stupid stuff. In June, after what's that? We don't want that. That don't make no sense to me. I like that. There we go. Only after Joshua has gone up several flights of stairs into the apartment building does Mars sees him. I like that. Copy that. That says what I wanted to say. I like that. And that helps me with that. So takes that out there, paste that in there. That's fixed. Cool. So Joshua walks into an empty hallway. Copy that one. And this is again, this is all I do. I don't try to overthink this. I just simply add this stuff into it. What's this right here? And go with the flow. No, something there. Go with the flow, man. I just go with the flow. Okay, so this looks grammar look good, I guess. Let's rephrase it. Joshua enters his empty apartment complex. The voices are emanating from this floor above him. To check out his apartment, he goes to the front of the staircase. No, this is not saying this. Let's see the original. Joshua walks into his empty apartment building. Voices he hears. So that's the first thing. This is not saying what I wanted to say, even if I wanted to have it rewritten. He hears voices coming coming. He hears voices coming from his apartment's floor. Is that right? Is that right? That's I don't know if that's right. Joshua walks Joshua walks into his empty apartment building. He hears voices coming from his floor. Voices coming from or I don't know if that's right. This line's killing me. He hears voices coming from his apartment floor. That don't sound right to me. He heads toward whatever. Let's see what this writes. Let this write it over and see what happens here. Let's write this here. Let's write this here. Wait, I think I'm busy right now. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. I do now. I am. I'm doing something. Sorry about that. People don't know you're busy. Joshua enters the abandoned building. This is not. That's whack. Okay, that's the problem. Let's cut this out. Joshua walks into the foyer, his apartment building's foyer. So Joshua walks into empty, an empty. Joshua walks into Josh. No, actually, I should say Joshua apartment building is empty, right? Because we know the line before says that. Making life apartment built. Joshua apartment building is empty. Okay. Of course, fix that. Stream is lower than okay, whatever. I don't know. Listen, I'll fix that stuff later. I check when I recheck this. I see exactly what it is. I don't know. Something's going on. Joshua's apartment building is empty. I think that's fine because the line before that says that, right? Let's see. Josh approaches the apartment building complex in hopes of slipping by Mars without having to utter a word. Only after Joshua has gone up several flights of stairs into the apartment building does cool. Joshua no, I don't need to say just I don't need to say this. This is redundant. So let's take this out. This is irrelevant. Take that out. That's irrelevant. He hears voices coming from his apartment. Voices coming from the floor of his apartment. He hears voices coming from the floor of his apartment. Okay. I don't even sound right either, but whatever. He heads towards the base of the staircase to look up at his apartment. That's redundant. We gotta fix that. The floor is empty. Let's see what they give us first, but we have to fix that. That's not right. The voices of ghosts and Hooker. You crazy? We want that. He talks to himself while walking to the stairs. That could be a nice story. But ain't the story we talking about right now. So okay. So this can work. Let's copy this and let's try to that right here and let's try to take that. He hears voices coming from the floor of his apartment. To see up at his flat, he goes to the foot of the stairs. That's what was happening. So say he hears voices coming from the floor from his apartment. Okay, cool. He hears voices coming from upstairs. That's the first thing. Upstairs. From upstairs. We gotta give a direction here. Upstairs near his apartment. Near his apartment. Cool. He hears voices coming from upstairs near his apartment. I like that. We can live with that. To see up at his flat, he goes to the foot of the stairs. So this is too many words, but this is a good there. To see up at his flat. We don't want that. To we want to say what do you want to say here? He hears voices coming from his stairs near his apartment. And goes okay, so this we gotta make this cleaner. This is not clean enough. His voice is coming from the stairs of his apartment. So let's look at the line before. Joshua only after Joshua goes up several flights of stairs into the apartment building does Mars see him. So I can't say that. So Joshua, has to say Joshua because we ended with Mars. So it has to say Joshua. Joshua hears hears voices coming from upstairs near his apartment. Better. Joshua hears voices upstairs come from his apartment. Um, Apartment. Yes. He walks. I like that. Let's take walks to the foot of the stairs. Take that instead. He walks to the foot of the stairs. To see who who is coming, who is on his floor. Cool. I like that. Simpler. Much simpler. Cool. Now let's just take that into the whirlwind. See if it comes out something better than that. Joshua is hearing voices from the second floor of his building. He goes up to the bottom of the stairs to see who's. Okay, let's do it again. Now we keep what we have there. Upstairs near his home, Joshua hears voices. He climbs to the top of the stairs to see who. Don't like that either. Hears voices upstairs near his home. Well, let's keep the original. And after we read it again, we probably have to change it again. But we'll see what's going on though. Where is that? Okay, cool. This is simpler now. Cool. Whoa, Nelly, too fast. Whoa, Nelly. Where we at? That one. Let's go funeral home. Where we at? The block. I guess I'm using these more to do this. Where we at? Okay, cool. Here we go now. Joshua caution. Okay, Joshua. His voice is coming from upstairs near his apartment. He. Oh, this is wrong. Joshua. His voice is coming from the upstairs near his apartment. He walks to, and he gotta be capital. Oh, what's that? He walks to the foot of the stairs to see who is on his floor. Cautiously, Joshua climbs the stairs. Okay, cool. So something gotta be written here too. Joshua hears voices coming from the stairs near his apartment. He walks to the foot of the stairs to see who is on his floor. He sees no one. That's better. Gotta say that. Cautiously, Joshua climbs up the stairs, keeping an eye on his apartment's front door. With every step, the voices from the behind the door becomes louder. I like that. That might stay how it is, but just take it to the program, see what happens. Something might come out of it. That's a little bit better. Is my grammar right? Guess it is. And let's take this in the whirlwinds. What happens? I like that. Simpler. Joshua goes up the stairs, keeping an eye on the front door of his apartment. The voices from behind the door grow louder with each step. I like that. Copy. We're gonna rock with that. Simplified. Cool. This is a big piece right here. So let's take this and let's see where this is at. Copy all this, copy. And now paste it over here and paste it. Okay. Oh, gotta lose some errors here. Clean up the errors first. Apartment, unlock. Yeah, again, I do it like this here because it just makes sense for me to simply write this and then use software to correct it for me. It just makes sense for me. Okay. As Joshua gets closer to the apartment door, he struggles to pull his keys from his back pocket. Once Joshua reaches the front door, he fumbles his keys to the floor. For a beat, he stares at them, then bends down to pick them up. Then bends down. Then bends down to pick them up. Okay, so I wrote this a certain way. Once Joshua reaches the front of the door, he fumbles his keys to the floor. I'm gonna take out for a beat. I'm gonna let that be simpler. He stares down at them, then bends down bends down to pick them up. Yeah, that's how I want this. To pick them up. To pick them up. Unlock. Then unlocks the door. Then unlocks the door. Let's take that. I know we know that's bend down to pick them up. Unlocks the door. I know this should be the and here, but I want to put the and there. I want to take that out. And he bends down at he stares down at them, he stares at them for a moment. For a moment. That's wrong. Come on. For a moment. Okay, we can't seem to type here. Moment. Oh, what's up, Joy? Why my mouse keep on moving? For a moment. Okay, cool. For a moment. Bends down to pick him up. Then unlocks the door. All right, cool. Let's put the then there. And this wants me to write for a moment. Okay, cool. All right, there we go. As Joshua gets closer to the apartment's door, he struggles to pull his keys from his back pocket. Once Joshua reaches the front door, he fumbles his keys to the floor, bends down for a moment, and pick them up. Cool. So we think we got that right. Let me see. I got this right. And, let me get this up and running too for you guys. So make sure I got this up and running. Okay, cool. Whatever. I'm not even sure if I'm doing this right. Crop box. There we go. Oh, we back. It took a minute for me to figure this out, and I'm back now. And I think that now I can keep this how I want it. And get it back to the right camera. It should be maybe it's this one. There we go. Ah, It's like a whole angel came to me right now. It's crazy. So now we're good now. We're good. We're gonna keep it like this for the rest of the day, just that way we won't have these problems no more. Because we just tired of these problems. So now we're good. There we go. Cool. Now I can keep this back how I need to be. All right. So as Joshua gets closer to the apartment door, he struggles to pull his keys from his back pocket. Once Joshua reaches the front door, he fumbles his keys to the floor. Okay, I ain't doing what I'm supposed to do. Floor. He stares down at them for a moment, bends down to pick him up, and then up, then unlocks the front door, period. Okay, cool. We got the lines there. Let's take them here. Let's look at them. Rephrase it what it comes up with. As Joshua draws near to his apartment door, he tries to extract his keys from his rear pocket. When Joshua reaches the entranceway, he tosses his keys on the ground. He looks down at them for a moment before bending down to retrieve them. He then opens the door. Bypass. Let's copy this and let's put that right here, but we think that this is something. And let's get this out the way. He tries to extract his keys from his rear pocket. Just at the entrance where he tosses his keys on the ground. He looks down at them for a moment before bending down to retrieve them. He then opens the door. Gets closer to the apartment door. He struggles to pull his keys from his back pocket. Once Joshua reaches the front door, he fumbles his keys to the floor. He stares down at them for a moment, bends down to pick them up and unlocks the door. I feel like I'm gonna keep the original for right now because I feel like it's getting too much there. And this is the thing. I'm gonna break this up now. I'm gonna break this up to a different beats, a split snippet here. Cool, and I'm gonna split it here too because this is technically different shots. Split it here too. So that's what I mean when I with this thing. Where I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm working on this one. Yeah, I'm working on this one. So that's what I mean. So with this program, you can break them up, and I can see this is a lot of shots here. So when I'm looking at this one particular section, I see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots. I feel like is this particular scene does this scene needs 5 shots, and that's what I'm looking at right now. I don't think this needs this many shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to go back over and look at it. Go back over and look at it and see how many does it need. So let's look. It's the original scene right here. Where is that right here? Okay, let's look. So it starts here. Joshua hears voices coming from the stairs near his apartment. He walks to the foot of the stairs to see who is on his floor. He sees no one. I like that. Joshua goes up the stairs, keeping the eye on the front door of his apartment. The voices from behind the door grows louder with each step. As Joshua gets closer to the front door, he struggles to pull his keys from his pocket. Okay, so we can combine this. He fumbles his keys to the floor. We're going to keep this right here. We're going to take this, and as Joshua gets closer to the apartment, he fumbles his keys to the floor. Here we go. So he had his keys in his hand, I guess, whatever. We just leave it more vague, but less words. Get rid of that. Put that there and get rid of this whole snippet. And delete snippet. Yes, delete it. Cool. As Joshua is closer to his apartment door, he fumbles his keys to the floor. He stares down at them for a moment, bending down to pick them up, and then unlocks the door. Then pick them up, then unlocks the door. Okay, cool. How many we got right now? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 now. So maybe that's better. Maybe that's better right now. So let's go with that. Let's go with that. Joshua creeps into the apartment. To his surprise, it's empty. The voices he's hearing are coming from the kitchen. So we're looking at this one now. This is the kitchen. Why is this separate? This is separate for what? This is not a separate thing. It's not so this gotta be fixed. So what is this? Let's look at this one. Make sure these are right. So that's, I don't know if y'all can see this right here, but it highlights the one I'm looking at. So I'm looking at this one right here. So Joshua hears voices coming from the stairs. That's right. The next one is right here. No, is it right there? Yeah. Yeah, so this is the next one. He goes up the steps. Cool. Yeah, and this one. He enters the apartment to head to his floor. This is all goopy gobby. This is wrong. It's just throwing me off. Yeah. We don't want. Okay, we fix that later. Those headings. That's just the shots. But what is this one? feel like this is garbage. This is garbage. There we go. That was the problem. Okay, cool. So now we got 1, 2. Okay, so we here now. 1. He Joshua. Yes. 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 He stairs. Cool. This last one. Okay. This doesn't belong here. That's what it is. All right, cool. This is a separate So this is an error I made just now. I need to fix this. This actually was there. It actually belonged there. And it's just one scene. Now, so here's what happened. The scene is so short. It's only one shot. That was throwing me off. So now I see what I did wrong. I see what I did wrong. So we right here. Joshua, it's supposed to be right here. Joshua apartment. Okay, cool. So we got to fix that. So let's go back to this one and see. Joshua hears voices. So this is Joshua's apartment building continuous. Yes. Joshua hears voices coming from the stairs near his apartment. He walks to the foot of the floor of the stairs to see who is on his floor. He sees no one. He enters the apartment to head to his floor. Joshua goes up the stairs, keeping an eye on the floor of his apartment. The voices from behind the door grows louder with each step. And that's an error right there. Grows louder with each step. As Joshua gets closer to his apartment door, he fumbles his keys to the floor. Yes. He stares at them for a moment, bends down to pick them up, then unlocks the door. So this all stays together. Okay, cool. So the problem I'm having right here is that this little scene is only one shot. Do I need this here? Can I get rid of this? I want to see if I can get rid of this particular piece. So I'm looking at this right here. Let me get to it right here. I'm looking at this one particular piece right here and some pop-up right here. Blue. No, right here. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm looking at this, and this is this little scene. So this is a scene where Joshua is walking into the apartment. He's on the floor already, but everything's continuous. So technically, we follow Joshua up to the apartment. So it should be in here. He unlocks the door and he unlocks the door, then unlocks the door, comma, enters the apartment. I think that says the same thing, right? Apartment. Right? That says the same thing. He stares down at them for a moment, bends down to pick them up, then unlocks the door, enters the apartment. Then enters the apartment. Oh, OBS crash. That's one thing that happened with OBS. It crashes on me sometimes. I don't know why it crashes. But we gotta figure out that whole scenario. Why does OBS crash sometimes? Now it's playing stuff it should be playing. Fix that right now. Fix that problem. What OBS is doing for me. So we got to fix that. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. So I think I fixed that one particular line. Where's my mouse? My mouse is where you at your mouse? Here's the line right here. Okay. Joshua creeps into the apartment okay. So the line before that. He stares down at them for a moment, bends down to pick them up, then unlocks the door, entering the apartment. I think I will put this into there, entering the apartment. I think that says what I want to say, and this I can get rid of this. I can get rid of this here. Joshua creeps into the apartment to his surprise. So unlocks the door and creeping into the apartment. Creeping into the apartment. That's cool. So that says that. And we get rid of this now. And we're going to take this line right here. Now, if you don't know what I'm using causality. It's more of a visual program. And I need to get rid of OBS so I can see you guys who's here. It's more of a visual program. And what it does, after I write the script and script of it, like I said, I bring it to causality so I can kind of break it down and analyze each section. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I got this. Joshua creeps into the apartment. To his surprise. So we do. Oh, this one. I'm sorry. He stares down at them for a moment, bends down to pick them up, then unlocks the door, creeping in. This is about his keys, right? Make sure I got the right thing. As Joshua gets closer to the apartment door, he fumbles his keys to the floor. He stares at them for a moment, bends down to pick them up, then unlocks the door, creeping into the apartment. Joshua creeps into the apartment to his surprise. We're taking this out. We're taking this line right here. Copy. And we're going to get rid of this one. And get rid of this one. Cool. Now. Then unlocks the door, creeping into the apartment. And put that there. He says voices. So he, the Heath right now, hears oh no, got it right here, ready. No. The apartment. Make this simpler. He sees the apartment. The apartment is empty, but the problem is I need to make this over the shoulder, and so he sees the apartment. So I gotta write that a different way. The apartment is empty. That's the whole premise of that, right? The apartments, the voices are coming from a radio in the kitchen. A radio in the kitchen. Make this more vague. Coming from wireless, and it's gonna be coming from wireless speaker and on the kitchen counter. Okay, cool. That says it better. The apartment is empty. The voices are coming from a wireless speaker on the kitchen counter. Slowly, Joshua walks towards it. Okay, slowly. Okay, the apartment is empty. There's a space here don't belong here. The apartment is empty. Voices are coming from a wireless speaker on the kitchen counter. Cool. That's basic. Slowly, Joshua walks towards the kitchen entrance, stops, then looks towards the counter at his wireless speaker playing. Okay, cool. So this we make this we have to simplify this. The apartment is empty. The apartment is empty. The voices are coming from a wireless speaker on the kitchen counter. He walks over to turn it off. Okay, so the voices are coming from a podcast Why I choose podcast, I don't know. I can make change that. Podcast, photography podcast, I said. And I had this capital for a reason because I want to make sure this is to stand out for me. Let's write it like that again. Podcast. The apartment is empty. The voices are coming from my wireless, from my podcast playing on a wireless on a wireless speaker. The apartment is empty. The voices are coming from a photography podcast playing on a wireless speaker on the kitchen counter. Cool, that says it right there. So we can get rid of this whole section right here. And slowly, add it slowly back to it, comma, he walks over to turn it off, then tosses the funeral program to the counter. All right, cool. So for me, this is cleaned up a little bit better. So that's good. So the next step is let's take this over to my tools that I use. Now I go to Jasper, and I'm gonna take all this, paste that there, and let's look see. So there's some grammar errors here that needs to be fixed. The apartment is empty. The voices are coming from a photography podcast playing on a wireless speaker on the kitchen counter. Slowly, he walks over to turn it off, then tosses the funeral program onto the counter. Okay, cool. So let's take this here and let's rephrase it. See what it says to me. So we don't want that. That's not saying what I'm talking about. He approaches the kitchen counter to turn off the photography podcast, then discards the funeral program onto the counter. I like, I hate when I do that. Then discards. Then discards. Yeah. Discards the funeral program onto the counter. Let's just change that. No, toss is exactly does, so that's the action. So that's more of an action. Let's do toss there. Let's not even do that. So let's change that to this. And we have an error here first. Tosses, that's better. So now let's go here. He slowly towards the kitchen counter where it's playing. Okay. So we don't want that. So let's do this part first and see what happens. This is like hit or miss, so it's never 100% right. It just gives me options of saying it a different way. But the apartment is unoccupied. The photography podcast is playing on a wireless speaker on the kitchen counter where it's evidently. Nah, you don't like that. We did another on the part on the kitchen counter. There's a wireless speaker playing. Yeah, look at that. Very simple. I like that one. That fixes that. Now let's look at this one. So for me, it's always about he strolls over to shut it off, then flings. Like that much better. Like that much better. That's a good one. Cool. So again, so my thing is how I write. I write a little more complicated than I'm supposed to write, than I need to. So I use this program to help me just to condense what I'm saying and use a different voice sometimes. So the part, let's read this now. Okay, so where we at? He stares down at, okay, so step one out of that. As Joshua gets closer to the apartment door, he fumbles his keys to the floor. He stares down at them for a moment, bends down to pick them up, then unlocks the door, creeping into the apartment. The apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there is a wireless speaker playing a photography podcast. He strolls over to shut it off, then flings the funeral program onto the counter. So that's why I write this like this. That's exactly why I do this. Because when I write creatively, and I just really just throw everything out my mouth. Everything comes out my mouth one time, but it's not something that a person who will go and read will probably understand where I'm going at sometimes. So I have to always go back and clean it up, check it out, clean it up. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm cleaning everything up. So that's cool. So we got that. So now we here now. So let's go. So this one is clean. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 shots in this scene right here. Going to the apartment. Let's go. Let's make sure we're reading that right. That's this one right here. Joshua hears voices coming from the stairs. No, actually, I did this already. It's this one, the kitchen. It's still 4 shots, so that's cool. The apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there's a wireless speaker playing a photography podcast. He strolls over to shut it off, then flings the funeral program on the floor. On the front of the program is a picture of his grandfather, Ernest Snaps Williams. So, oh, so that's okay. So that I'm reading it wrong. I'm sorry. There's actually 4 major parts here. I'm reading this wrong. Joshua hears his voices coming from from upstairs near his apartment. He walks over to the front of the stairs to see who is on his floor. He sees no one. Joshua goes up the stairs, keeping an eye on the floor on the front door of his apartment. The voices from behind the door grows louder with each step. As Joshua gets closer to the apartment door, he fumbles his keys to the floor. He stares down at them for a moment, bends down to pick them up, then unlocks the door, creeping into the apartment. The apartment, where's this one at? Okay. The apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there's a wireless speaker playing a photography podcast. He strolls over to shut it down and flings the funeral program on the counter. On the front of the program is a picture of his grandfather, Ernest Snaps Williams. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now. This one ends it, right? Let's just make sure. Here, there, yeah. Make sure Ernest Snaps Williams. Where's that at? Okay, so it starts this one. So this is the kitchen. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I read this wrong. This is this one. All right, cool. I'm sorry. So this is the actual Joshua's in the kitchen. This is this thing right here, and this starts here. So this technically is 1, 2, 3. No, 1. Yes, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 shots already. Okay, cool. So that's what I was reading. So I'm up here. So I'm gonna take this here, and I think this is pretty good. But we're just gonna put it through Jasper, and of course I can copy it, right? Copy it here. Go back to Jasper, and paste it. Cool. And just make sure my grammar's right. Looks is right. So let's go and let's do this here. So we don't want that. That's not saying nothing. Okay, deflect it. I don't like that. On the program's cover, as a long range. What is this coming from? Okay, I like that. I actually like just that little piece right there. It says what it's supposed to say. Hopefully, I took it. And no, of course, I didn't do what I needed to do. Sometimes it's hit or miss because there's a lot of work moving parts here, and you just gotta move on to it. It snaps. No, what is that? No. Yeah, copy that. Maybe the word picture is not the right word I want to use anyway. This sound less sophisticated. Crazy. So cool. Um, let's get this in a back to get this back to that. Um, Now hopefully this might mess up on me again. Let me see. This might mess up on me. Oh no, it's not gonna mess up because I got to do this two box. There we go. Cool. And let's change this for a little while. Oh gosh. One, two box press, and go. There we go. Okay, cool. Stay here for a little bit so you guys can see me. You know. There we go. All right. Camera, come on. Focus, man. Focus, camera. Get it right. Okay. So clearly, I don't think I'm going to be using this one for a podcast because this is nice and long. But we can talk about the. I think what I do is I'll talk about the actual short film in a separate podcast. That's what I do. All right. My voice is getting kind of hoarse. This is so organic, man. All right. Okay. Hopefully this thing gets back focused, man. What's up? Get focused. There we go. Okay, cool. So where we at in the situation now? We at where we at? Um, the apartment is on the front of the program is a photograph of his grandfather, Ernest Snaps Williams. So we got that. We good monies. Joshua rears back, sliding down a wall in the kitchen. I didn't like this line right here because it didn't connect to anything. It just said he slides back on a receipt. He strolls over to shut it off, then flings the funeral program on the counter on the right. Okay, cool. So in context, it's not bad. Now I wrote Chekhov's gun here, but I gotta go and revisit that. Make sure that's really, really what that's going to be. But Joshua rears back, sliding down on a wall in the kitchen. Hmm. How would I write this better? I write this better by saying. So I want he flings to the counter. We see that. He strolls over to shut it off. Then falls back onto so let's not say fall back. Then flings the funeral program on the counter and sits on the floor. Does that sound right? Hmm. Does that sound right? Let's look at it again. The apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there's a wireless speaker playing a photography podcast. He strolls over to shut it off, then flings the funeral program onto the counter. On the front of the program is a photograph of Joshua. Okay, so maybe I'm saying too much there. I want to say that he's falling back onto the floor like in a space, right? But do I need to say that? Can I get rid of that? Maybe that's too much. So on the front, okay, we see that. You just say he looks up and sees the picture. That might be better. Something like that might be better. Let's get rid of that. That might be a lot better. I'll get rid of this whole thing. Let's get rid of this one. Let's delete this snippet. Get rid of that. You don't need that picture there. Okay, cool. On the front of the program is a photo of his grandfather, Ernest Snaps Williams. As Josh hit the floor, he finds okay, no. Joshua looks up and sees the same picture. Okay. So he strolls over. Okay, so all right, we have to rewrite this portion of it. Definitely rewrite this. The apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there's a wireless speaker playing a photography podcast. He strolls over to shut it off, then flings the full. Then flings the funeral program on the counter. Hmm. I don't know. Something's wrong here. Because then I'm describing the funeral program. I want to do that because I want to say the picture's there and we see the picture on the wall. So I want to, but I feel like the order's wrong. So he strolls over to the counter, shut it off, and then looks at a picture. Okay, so maybe I should say maybe it's about looking at the picture first. Hmm, that might be it. Looking at the picture on the wall first, then seeing the picture on the funeral program. That might flow better. So let's look. And the apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there's a wireless speaker playing a photography podcast. So we see the speaker, the counter. Cool. He strolls over to shut it off. He's walking over there, then flings, then looks up at a picture of his grandfather Snaps hanging on a wall. Let's try that instead. Let's go over here. Then let me get some spaces here. Get some space. Then looks up at a picture of his grandfather. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep this capital because it's technically not a. No, I don't think this is not supposed to be capital. Grand, all caps, grandfather, comma, Ernest, and I don't think I even need to have Ernest. The grandfather Snaps, right? Because technically snaps, grandfather Snaps, hanging on a wall. Cool. Let me see where the walls are. Hanging on a wall. Cool. Cool. So the apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there's a wireless. He strolls over to shut it off, then looks up towards the picture of his grandfather Snaps hanging on the wall. This is actually now this is two shots now, two separate shots. Okay, so let's do this here. Let's take this. Let's break this into two snippets. Cool, and then take this say Joshua. I'm in my groove now, so now I think I'm better now. I'm in my groove. Flings the funeral on a counter where we see the same photograph. Okay, cool. So that might be it. So the apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there's a wireless speaker playing a photography podcast. He strolls over to shut it off, then looks up at a picture of his grandfather's snaps hanging on a wall, on a distant wall, on a distant, on a distant wall, distant wall. Cool. Joshua flings the funeral program onto the counter. Right. Cool. He flings it to the counter. This is a separate picture. So let's take this. Let's make this another snippet by itself anyway again, and let's like this to be separate. Cool. And now Joshua flings the funeral program onto the counter. Onto the counter. So he's flinging it. He flings it to the counter. We see that action. He flings it to the counter, and landing. Flings it to the counter, landing. So it got to be something where now we see the picture. In this instance, it's the same picture of snaps. So the apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there's a wireless speaker playing a photography podcast. He strolls over to shut it off, then looks up at a picture of his grandfather's snaps hanging on a distant wall. Yes. Joshua flings the funeral program onto the counter where on the counter. Joshua flings the funeral program onto the counter, revealing the same picture of his grandfather on the front. Let's try that. Counter, comma, is that a comma? Counter, comma, revealing the same picture, photograph of, photograph is spelled wrong. Photograph of, if you can't see this, let me know, because I don't know if maybe it's me being in frame is, and this is too small for you to see. Let me know. I'll just make that window bigger. Joshua flings the funeral program on a counter, revealing the same picture of snaps of his grandfather. I think that's what I can say of his grandfather. And I need to say grandfather on the cover. Sometimes I can't write. Father on the cover. Cool. Right now I get the word Ernest Williams in there. So he strolls to the Joshua flings the funeral. Okay, grandfather Ernest. So okay. Oh, okay. Let's just be more of Ernest. Said grandfather already, so we can take this here and say Ernest Snap Williams on the cover. So that's cool. So that fixes that. So I can get rid of this then, right? I can get rid of all of this right here. And get rid of that. That's gone. So that's gone. Cool. He strolls over to shut it off, then looks up at a picture of his grandfather's snaps hanging on a distant wall. Joshua flings the funeral program on the counter, revealing the same picture of Ernest Snaps Williams on the cover. I guess that says the same thing. Now we have less shots here now. Let's see how many shots we got for this here. We're not in there. We over here. Where we at? I gotta make this bigger so I can see this for myself. So let's look. One. That's cool. The apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there's a wireless speaker playing a photography podcast. That's one. It's one shot. Next shot is right here. Joshua strolls over to shut it off, then looks up at a picture of his grandfather's snaps hanging on a distant wall. Cool. Next one. Joshua flings the funeral program on the counter, revealing the same photograph of Ernest Snaps Williams on the cover. It's kind of redundant, but I think that it gives the image that it's the same person. But I want the funeral program to say his whole name. So if I have it right here, but I may have to figure out come up with a better way of writing that. I'm not too sure. So we figure that out in a minute. Okay. As Joshua hits let's go to this one. Done one, this one. As Joshua hits the floor, he finds himself staring at a portrait of Snaps on the wall. It's the same picture on the funeral program. This is the one I was taking away. Okay. So this is how the flashback starts. Grand reveal. So this is a reason why I wrote this like this. So I gotta clean this up. Now that I'm writing this over, I'm missing some context. Because this particular section right here that's green, how I originally wrote this is that the boy Joshua, he threw the program on the table on the counter, looked up, saw the picture, the men then just stared at it, and that was like that moment, right? That's the moment right there. That's the moment, and then it goes to the problem, right? So I gotta fix that. I don't like that. I gotta fix that. I don't like that. I'm taking out a big piece, a big chunk. Let me save this first of all. Let me hit save because this crashes too. Don't get it twisted. All right, let's read this over and let's try to keep that piece inside there, the green piece I'm working right now. The apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there's a wireless speaker playing a photography podcast. He strolls over. Joshua strolls over. Let's take this here. Because I ever a line like that anyway, and they had the kid's name. Joshua strolls over to shut it off, then looks up at a picture of his grandfather's snaps hanging in a wall in the distance. He flings the funeral program on the counter, revealing the same photograph of Snaps on the cover. Okay, maybe let's take he. And Joshua stares at the funeral program. Let's just write that there. Stares at the cover of the program. Cool. And oh shoot, do you want that to happen? Get back to where he was at. Okay. Now, Joshua stares at the cover of the program. Cut this off. Cut this off. Ah, that's why I wrote that like that. Because when he comes out the flashback, he has to be looking at that picture. I gotta rewrite this. I gotta rewrite this. This can't be like this. The apartment is on our code. So Joshua strolls over the counter, then looks up. So no, then shut off. Then flings. Yeah, then I gotta write that there. Then so when you look at these things, this is all. Then flings the funeral program on to the counter. So I gotta rewrite, keep that there, the counter. Right. Revealing. Okay, cool. So let's put that back. And we're actually going to break this back into another snippet. So yeah, so Joshua strolls over to shut it off, then flings the funeral program to the counter. On the cover, so this is gonna be changed up. Let's take this here. Okay, let's bring this one. Oh, you can move these pieces too. That's what's cool. That's what's cool about this. I can actually literally move this up into where it needs to be at. I didn't tell you guys you can do that with this program. So Joshua strolls over to shut it off, and then flings the funeral program to the counter, and revealing. Okay, so we can write on the cover of the program. So I wrote this is a picture of his grandfather, Ernest Snaps Williams. Oh, okay, cool. Fix that. Cover. Cool. Joshua strolls over to shut it off, then flings. Oh, the picture of it as a photograph. I was using the word photograph. I want to say of his grandfather, Ernest Williams. Cool. So I need to get back. I need to keep the wall here. I don't want the wall. That's the problem. I don't want the wall situation. So I want to do it different. So on the cover of the program is a photograph of his grandfather, Snaps Williams. Of his grandfather, Snaps Williams. So Joshua strolls over to shut it off, then flings the funeral program on the counter. On the cover of the program is a photograph of his grandfather, Snaps Williams. Grandfather Ernest Snaps Williams. Joshua stares at the cover. Okay. Program. He stares at it. Okay. He stares at it. Okay, cool. He stares at it. Maybe that says that what I want to say. On the cover, cool. Right. Now, oh, can y'all hear me? I'm talking to the mic. I apologize. On the cover, got you. So Joshua strolls over to shut it off, then flings the funeral program on the counter. He stares at it. On the cover of the program is a photograph of his grandfather, Ernest Snap Williams. He looks up. Joshua looks up, and there we go. That's what I'm gonna say. So that's what I say. Say like that. So Joshua looks up and sees the same picture hanging on a distant wall. There we go. That's simplified. That is simplified. That is simplified. What is this check thing? That's simplified. Apologize. That's my son not respecting the fact I'm doing some work. Joshua looks up and sees the same picture hanging on a distant wall. That makes that simpler. There we go. So I think we took some time to fix that, but that kind of gets what we need to say in less lines. And now, how many shots is here? So we got still five. Turn to 5 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 5th shot right here, right? So we need to go to here. Joshua looks up and sees the same picture hanging on a distant wall. Okay. Joshua stares at the cover of the program and sees the same picture hanging on a distant wall. Sometimes it takes a lot of just thinking. And so like this is my process. I really when I'm in my groove, I'm thinking how does this make sense? And sometimes I might spend a whole bunch of time on just this one particular piece just to make sure that I got it. It's saying what I wanted to say. And so I'm not 100% sure it's saying what I wanted to say. That's why I'm looking at it so many times. But we're gonna fix this right quick. Joshua looks up to see the same picture hanging on a distant wall. That's cool. It's this last line right here as I'm happening right after this last green space right here. Joshua stares at the cover of the program to find himself staring at the portrait. It's the same. I don't want this no more. I don't want this like this. Okay. So Joshua looks up and sees the same photograph staring at him. I think it took some time to figure it out. Photograph staring at him, comma, on a distant wall. Cool. That oh my god. I hate when I do that. I hate when I do that. Get back to where we at. Okay, this is the last one right here. We looking at this one. Okay, cool. Maybe I need to change the coloration of that box so I can see where I'm at. I'm over here. I need to maybe get my mouse pointer bigger. Next time. Josh looks up and sees the same photograph staring at him hanging on a distant wall. Joshua stares. Okay. Cool. He closed. Okay, cool. Wall. He closes his eyes. I think that's it. I might still need to keep that there. Get rid of that. He closes his eyes. I know I had it there already, but I think just keep that. So we're getting somewhere here. We're getting somewhere here. Okay. How long we been doing this so far for? We on this thing for how long? Um, this is the longest I even did a live stream. Tell you the truth. And how long are we on this platform so far? Stream health. We had some stream health problems. We saw earlier some warnings, but whatever. How long is this thing on for? How long have we been on for? Does it even tell you that? I started at 8 o'clock. It's 9:13. No, I started at 6:20. So I've been on for 3 hours almost. Okay, cool. Cool. 3 hours of fumbling and bumbling. But I'm getting my groove, man. I'm getting my groove. Okay. So I'll tell you I'm gonna be on this for a little while. So what are we gonna do right now? Let's read this scene over and see where we at. Let's start over and then go to one more scene. I might just stop there tonight and pick this back up tomorrow. Don't get it twisted. Pick it back up tomorrow and see what's going on. Okay. So let's go right here. And now I'm getting my groove. Let's go here. Oh, duh. You learn things all the time. On the YouTube studio, it shows me the time how long I've been on this live stream. That's crazy. Okay. Why I'm doing that? I don't know. I want to make those sounds. So let's read this one more time. Click that one. Get to the right thing where we at. With the kitchen. Can I click that? Yeah, I can't click that. Click that. So let's read this. The apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there is a wireless speaker playing a photography podcast. Joshua strolls over to shut it off, then flings the funeral program onto the counter. He stares at it. On the cover of the program is a photograph of his grandfather, Ernest Snaps Williams. Joshua looks up and sees the same photograph staring at him hanging on a distant wall. The problem I have right here is that he stares at it, seems like it needs to be a separate shot, which makes it a separate snippet. But I'm trying to keep these snippets to 3 or 4 in this scene, but I might have to make this a separate one. And that's what I'm like working in my head. I'm contemplating that in my head right now. Do I really want to do that? So I don't know, But for now, we'll keep it how it is. Well, I just keep it how it is. Whatever. I'll keep it how it is. I want to move on. Okay, cool. He closes his eyes. So it's still, how many is it? It's still 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's still 5 there. So if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm using a program called Causality. It's more visual than most other programs. It gives me the amount of time that my script is going to take on screen time. Basically, it's a rough estimate. It also has these snippets, so I can kind of like predict how many shots I'm going to need to fulfill this particular scene, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at that. So I'm brainstorming on that as well. And what I'm trying to maintain is a level of just 3 to 5, between 3 and 5 snippets. I think it'll be fixed. Come on. Snippets that I got brain fart. Been on this for a minute. 3 to 5 snippets that are just the shots that go to that particular scene, right? That's what I'm looking at right now. So I'm here like going back and forth in my brain, saying, can I keep this like this? It sustains my my particular rule that I have for myself. Is that something? And I need this to come on. I need this to get in focus. You're not focused. I can touch your focus. I forget about that all the time. There we go. I forget about that all the time. I apologize. But I don't. I'm just doing what I do. Anyway, so back to being serious. So I'm gonna leave this like this right now, and I'm gonna move on to one more scene. And this is a real big scene. Well, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe what I should do is just focus on this scene a little bit more and then pick this back up tomorrow because I see this is going to take me more than 4 hours to get this done. Because I'm not even, I think I'm only 1 minute in, and I know this particular piece of software is for, I mean, just it's telling me this is no, it's 3 minutes and 56 seconds right now. So it actually went down in time. But we are around we'll focus on yeah, we got another 2 more minutes of editing. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that right now. I don't know. It's a lot of work talking and thinking at the same exact time. It's a lot of work. But let's try some more. Let's try some more. See what we got. So, okay, let's go over this. Is Joshua. There. We're gonna leave this alone for right now. Maybe tomorrow we'll come back and touch that. We're gonna go to one more scene, which is this scene right now. This is a big scene. If I didn't want to touch it yet, this scene is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shots already. This is 11 shots. Now, really and truly, this can be broken up into two separate scenes because I remember this now. I'll go back to it. It's a break in here where they're at a area that has a bench. So technically that is a different scene. I remember that. So it's not that many scenes as we're saying. So maybe I need to first define these scenes a little bit better. So let's say Prospect Park. Let's say let's go Prospect. Let's go with Prospect Park entrance. Let's just say that, and we need to get this out the way too. This is not supposed to be. This is wrong, and this will be day. I don't know why that wasn't fixed like that. I might got fixed all those. Entrance. It wasn't cool. Entrance day. So let's save that. And let's look at another. I'm curious about another thing. Is that right too? Because that was that's good. So that's good. All right, let's get back to this one right here. Okay, Prospect Park entrance day. So before I even tackle this particular scene, this is a very important scene. I want to break it up into two scenes. So two scenes now. So we're the two scenes I want to break it up to. Get this right. 2 box. That's the wrong box. Full 2 box crop. There we go. All right. So I gotta find where they are in the park. Let's go right here, and there's a part here I remember. Right. Joshua walks. As Joshua walks, he points out a location that might be right here. This one. Cool. So this I can make this a separate scene. Right here. So this is gonna be a scene here. So this is we at the entrance here, yada yada yada. Now Joshua walks. He points to a potential that this walk's not gonna happen. So bench interesting. He stops the couple, then talk. Nah. So this is not fleshed out. So before we get too far in this here, we have to fix one particular major thing. So, uh, sons. So Josh, this has to be broken to even more snippets. Be honest, keyframes. What are we gonna call these things? Like Joshua, he is wearing a branded polo T-shirt. Yada yada yada. This has to be broken up. Let's break this up right now. This snippet, break it up. That has to be broken. On his face, yes, yes, yes. As Joshua walks. So this is where. So this is technically. I'm gonna change this to something different. I'm gonna actually add a scene heading here, and I'm gonna say exterior and Prospect Park again, but I'm gonna change Prospect Park bench and put that there instead. Continuous, because this needs to be broken up. Cool. I know this doesn't match up here, but it needed to be broken up. And where we at? Prospect Park bench. Cool. Yeah. So we're here now. Okay, cool. It needs to be broken up. Okay, I like that. So let's go back to the part we can fix. We have fixed this part now, then we do the bench tomorrow. We'll stop there because I'm getting tired. I ain't gonna lie. The park is saturated in rich foliage. So this is the flashback. So let's make this bigger so y'all can see what I'm doing. The park is saturated, and I'm actually tight, kind of tight with something right now. So let me see something right quick because I wanted my logo to be up on the screen. I did all this work to have it here, so why can't I get it here? What's up? What did you change on me? Downstream Kia. What did you change on me? No, upstream. Upstream Kia. Number one is OBS. Is OBS running? Is OBS on this screen? Let me see. Ah, I'm using OBS's screen. That's why. Okay, so we're not gonna worry about that right now because we're probably gonna mess everything up if I even try to change it. So we're just gonna close OBS down. Oh, somebody wrote something. It slides to the floor, leaning against the wall. Okay, okay. I didn't even see somebody wrote that. Okay, cool. I gotta look at these things. Okay, let's somebody said slides to the floor, leaning against the wall. Okay. And that came to me at 8:47. I even noticed that. Let's see how that sounds. Let's see how that sounds. Add that to this here. Okay. Let's see how that sounds. So that line is over here. Part of the kitchen counter, there's a wireless speaker. Joshua strolls over. Joshua looks up and sees the same and slides to the floor, leaning against the wall. Okay. Hey, what's up, Drew Stacks? What's going on, man? I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm doing good. I'm hustling out here, B. I got a lot to tell you too, man. A lot to tell you. I'm no longer at BDA. I left that. But this guy gave me a good idea right now. Give me a good idea. I need to add that line here. So, and slides to the floor, leaning against, and slides to the floor, leaning against the ground. When those, I can actually bring up these messages, these comments from YouTube on the screen, but I feel if I try to do that right now, I'm gonna mess everything up. So I don't know, but why I left? I left because I want to be a full-time content creator, make stuff like I'm doing right now. That's why I left, boss. Love to do my thing, you know. And it just was time. It just was time. I'm talking to a former student. That's what I'm doing right now. So yeah, if y'all following along. I got to talk to people too. But let me see something right quick. If I can get this right for you guys, put this in multi-screen. But I actually got some comments now. I feel kind of popular. I feel kind of popular. So I move this out the way. I can get you out the way. I might even use you now. Get you out the way. Put you on the right on the screen you belong on. You was a mistake from before. Yeah, yeah. Just call me, man. You know, you gotta call me. That's why I want to move it because I lose it. Now where did you go? Okay, so let me go back here and figure what I just did. Might have just sabotaged myself, but let me see. It's right here, and of course, move things. But I shouldn't have moved it. Doing too much, McCoy. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. We're gonna fix it though. We're gonna fix it right now. I promise. Get some things out my face. Maybe it's here. Okay. And I can get you on the screen right here. What screen are you on right now? Guys, give me a second. I figure, okay, it's on this screen. And we just take you and move you to a different screen if I do. We do that right here. Assign to display number 2. We'll just try this. It's back. Hey, it's back. Welcome back. I didn't know I can do that. Okay. So if I do that now from here, you learn things. You learn things as you do this, P. So if I go back here and, oh, no. Oh, gosh. All right, it doesn't matter. That's because I'm trying to do too much at the same exact time. And it's killing me. So you know what? We just keep this as it is and say whatever. Apologize, but it's too much. Just too much right now. So back to what I was doing. So I got a line from somebody, and I got a couple lines from somebody. I see. Okay, cool. Let me I'm trying to I wish I can put these lines on the screen right now. It's killing me, B. I'll revisit this here. So he says, and bends to retrieve them and opens the door. Oh, okay, that's what, okay, cool. I fixed that line. And slides to the floor, leaning against the wall. Okay, cool. So let's see. I wish I would have saw these earlier and I would have just added them to it, but I don't know what I did. Let's see. So what I got here? That's the apartment. We're not even touch the apartment. Just look at the kitchen right now, because I did like this keep the wall conversation going on. The apartment is unoccupied. On the kitchen counter, there's a wireless speaker playing photography podcast. Joshua strolls over to shut it off, then flings the funeral program onto the counter. He stares at it, and then and then slides to the floor, leaning against the wall. Okay, cool. Okay, let's add it right there. Okay, let's do that. Let's take that out, and let's say this is how it's supposed to read. He wrote this here, and slides. Okay, I like that. Gosh, I like that. Slides to the floor, comma, leaning against the wall. Against the wall. Okay, cool. I'll leave that back there because that did make sense. On the cover of the program, I like that. Joshua looks up and sees the same distance. He closes his eyes. Okay, let's leave that there. So we got that now. Okay, cool. We got that. All right. So now, I'm getting tired, but try some more this way. Try some more. Let's try some more. Make this bigger for my eyes. See. Um. So this is the engagement shoot. And there's too many shots here. It's just too many, so I don't want to keep that. And I can't see what's going on here. So let's pull up my Chrome. Can't see this. Okay, cool. There we go. There we go. So it's back. All right. Oh, so in the beginning, the script is about a young man who it's called Capture Life. It's about a young man that leaves a funeral for the most part, and his grandfather. It's his grandfather's funeral, and so he goes back home because he couldn't deal with the fact his grandfather passed away. What's taking place is that he is a photographer, and his grandfather showed him how to become a photographer, right? As he enters back into the apartment where his grandfather and him lived, he basically sees reminders of his grandfather and what their bond. And at the end, he goes back out to take pictures. There's a part of the story where he witnesses his grandfather passes away, and so it's more of an exercise. I'm responding to somebody's comment right now. It's more of an exercise of using only action lines to try to tell a story without any dialogue, right? So that's what I'm focused on right now. Um, that's what it is. That's what it is. I drew stacks. That's exactly what it is. So let's go back to get this scene here done. Then I'm probably gonna stop for the night. I'm tired. Um, let's get back over here. I always lose my pointer. So I got that line back in. Thank you. What's this? Tez Maniac 77. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let's see here. Okay. I'm only gonna do this next group right here. I'm gonna stop. Just these four right here. The park is saturated in rich foliage colors. We see Joshua wearing a J&S branded polo shirt and dog jeans. He's carrying a DSLR with a. Okay, we're just gonna copy this right quick, put it into Grammarly and my other programs, and hopefully this pops up the right way. Oh, I forgot. This is full screen. I can't work with this. And I need to pull up you. Yo, there's so many different things going on, man. Chrome. Get Chrome up. And where's the Chrome page? So I can do this. Window, Grammarly, and editor. Here we go. Jasper. There we go. Cool. So now let's go back to Jasper and paste this in here. Hopefully I ain't pasting in the wrong place. And let's see what's going on here. Copy this. Let's read this different. Cool. Much better. I actually like this one. Let's copy that. It's actually more compact. And let's add that to this here. Let's get rid of all this here for right now and paste that. So the park is filled with rich foliage hues. I like that because that's the whole thing is I need to see different colors. Joshua is seen wearing. Joshua is wearing. You don't need to see seen. This has to be actionable. Joshua is wearing a J&S photography branded photography polo shirt, unnecessary words, and dark jeans. A DSLR he is carrying. He is carrying a DSLR and on a DSLR camera. Cool. On his shoulder. Okay. In his hand. Camera in his hands. In his hand. Cool. Simpler, right? On his back, he's carrying. I don't need a backpack. Let's take the backpack out because Snaps is carrying a backpack. So that simplifies that. So that would be an extra shot. Make that more complicated. We don't want the complications. Okay. The park is filled with rich foliage hues. Joshua is wearing a J&S photography polo shirt and dark jeans. He's carrying a DSLR camera in his hand. That's dope. Okay. In his hands. No, in his hands. His hands. In his hand is a DSLR camera. Cool. Simplified. Simplified. Cool. I might spend it needs to be mirrorless camera probably nowadays, but whatever. But as a matter of fact, we can put a portrait camera. Put that there. It's that portrait camera. Joshua is walking alongside. Cool. Joshua is walking alongside newly engaged James and Nicole. The couple is casually dressed, holding hands, and excited about the photo shoot. I think I'm gonna stop here, guys, because I'm tired. I didn't think this one's gonna drain me doing it like this, and I see it is. So that's the one thing when you do stuff like this here, it can take a toll on you. You're doing this live, and okay, so I like that. There's some word in here that I like. Let's copy this here. Um, let's paste that. I saw something here. The pair is dressed in casual clothes and looks thrilled about their photo shoots. I actually like how that sounds. Joshua is walking alongside or walking with Joshua. With Joshua. James and Nicole are dressed in casual clothes are walking with Joshua, holding hands. Are holding hands, comma, walking with Joshua. Cool. Cool. Period. Only are the pairs dressed in casual clothes and look no. The pair is thrilled. Okay, I think that says it. I think that says this line simplified. So again, with my writing, sometimes like I gotta go through it, and I use different programs just to help me simplify things, but say what I need to what it needs to say. Now, so this is the original. Josh is walking alongside newly engaged James and Nicole. The couple is casually dressed, holding hands, excited about their photo shoot. James and Nicole dressed in casual clothes are holding hands, walking with Joshua. The pair is thrilled about their engagement photo shoot. Maybe that should be there. That's what it's for. Right? Cool. So that line is good. Let's look at this one. Put it over here. So give me some options here. Snaps, like Joshua, is wearing a branded polo t-shirt and jeans. Across his shoulders, a tripod named K. That's the original. Let's see what kind of option they give me. This is not about Joshua, so that's just wrong. Okay, that's the problem. Snaps is also, see, that's it is also wearing a J and S polo shirt. You know it's branded array polo shirt and jeans. Okay, cool. There we go. Um, cool. That says that's much better than what I had. And let's see what it gets here. No, that's stupid. Using all types of extra stuff. Okay, cool. So forget that and let's keep the one we have here. Copy and put that there. Simplified. Okay. How many more we got here? So this is another section here. And I gotta change all of these titles because they're wrong. But let's do one more. This is the last one. I'm gonna stop because it starts the next thing. And make sure it makes sense afterwards. And as he is not feeling well. And okay, on his face are signs, this photo shoot fixes signs that he's not feeling well. This photo shoot is putting a great deal of stress on his body. He's struggling to keep up with Joshua and the couple. There's some things wrong with this here for sure. But let's see what it gives me. That's much better. I like that one. Copy it. Let's put that there. Paste. Oh. Space. Just to keep that there for right now. I like that one. What did you write? Instead of instead of he, it should be he's. Okay, he's. All right. I'm not so sure where you're talking at, but let me add this here and go back to the actual piece. Now look for that too. Look for that right now. Okay, let's take this one out and let's see what you're talking about. James Nicole's. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to the beginning of this one. This is we actually gonna stop from here. Park entrance. And this is the first one. This is right here. Cool. The park is filled with rich foliage hues. Joshua is wearing a J&S photography polo shirt and dog jeans. In his hand is a portrait camera. James and Nicole, dressed in casual clothes, are holding hands, walking with Joshua. The pair is thrilled about their engagement photo shoot. Snap 63. I don't know why I have his. Well, I guess so because that has to be there because this is his first entrance actually seeing him. Is also wearing a J&S polo shirt and jeans. Across his shoulders is a tripod, and on his back is a heavy backpack. I think that's cool. He has a pained look on his face. This photo shoot is putting a lot of strain on his body. I don't know if I need this line in here. He has a pain look. He has a pain look on his face, carrying all this equipment. So let's take that out. That should be implied already. Take this out. And remember, I'm trying to simplify this thing. What did I do wrong? On his face, it's the wrong line I took out. Get this out the way. Okay. He has a pained look on his face. Snaps is having trouble keeping up. Okay. The snap statement is right here. Snaps is having trouble keeping up with Joshua and the couple. Okay, that's cool. Right? I think that's good. Or something else right here. And the original is the same text you're rephrasing right now. Yeah. So I don't know if I told you what I'm doing. So I use this program called Jasper, and this is written already. So I just Jasper's like AI software, and it can write things for you if you give it enough parameters. As well, it can rephrase things. So I'm taking the original what I've said and trying to use a different tone, a different voice to add it into it. So it's kind of like overcomplicated for no reason. But that's what I'm doing. And I'm just making it sound not like me. I guess what I'm saying. Right? So just going through it, I'm trying to keep it where it's so okay, here's the thing is this doesn't have to be written actually 100% grammar correct. It's supposed to be more actionable. So it's like if I can cut out some words and certain things, they make this less words on the page. It actually flows better when you're shooting it, right? It just get to the point. Okay, yeah. So that's the point, right quick. So I'm gonna end with this scene right now. Cause I'll come back. I'll probably come back tomorrow and just rewrite and write the last bit. But this is a lot of work for tonight. Cause I've been online for about 3.5 hours. I'm kind of tired. So I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this scene one more time, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna commit to this scene. The park is filled with rich foliage hues. Joshua is wearing a J&S photography polo shirt and dog jeans. In his hands is a portrait camera. James and Nicole, dressed in casual clothes, are holding hands, walking with Joshua. The pair is thrilled about their photo shoot engagement. Snaps is also wearing a J&S polo shirt and jeans. Across his shoulders is a tripod, and on his back is a heavy backpack. He has a pained look on his face. Snaps is having trouble keeping up with Joshua and the couple. I think that is better right now. I think that works out better. So we're gonna stop there because I'm tired. You hear my voice? I'm tired. We're gonna stop there and for the most part regroup tomorrow. So what I will do sometime tomorrow, I will pick this back up. I create another live. I put a part 2 writing the script, I guess. And I pick this back up tomorrow and write some more to this here. So again, if you looking for if you looking to learn how to write a script or just follow my journey writing a script for a short film, it's here. You can listen to this here. You can go back to it, give me some comments, give me some pointers, and just throw it out there. And this is something that I am shooting. So we're going through the whole process of writing this and creating the rough draft. Again, we're gonna document the pre-production, document the post-production, the principal photography, and all the other parts here. Like, forgive you, I've been doing this for 3.5 hours right now, so I'm a little tired. So I'm gonna stop it here, and that's it, guys. Okay, cool. Let's go back. Let's even go to my let's get out this thing right quick, and that's it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm tired. Let's get out of this. It's live streaming right now. I gotta fix that thing. All right, guys. Deuces.
Big time, no man now. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it